Hello, Raptors Nation. Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation. You're home for everything Raptors. It is draft day. At the time of this recording, we are only somehow 8 hours away from the NBA draft. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait to dive into all these prospects on draft night over in the NBA Front Office show. So you guys want to go subscribe over there. And then after the draft, my quick reaction, my immediate reaction to whoever the Raptors select. It's going to be a ton of fun. So to stay up to date with all that, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, ring that post notification bell so you stay up to date with all our phenomenal content over here at the Raptors Nation. And go ahead and hit that like button. It's a very easy way. It takes 2 seconds to tell the YouTube algorithm that you enjoy this content. It pushes out to even more Raptors fans like yourself, or just basketball lovers like yourself. So go ahead and hit that like button. Today's video, I'm going to break down my top 5 prospects I think the Raptors should draft. And I kind of have 2 different directions here. I think are really 3 different directions. There's direction A, the Raptors idiotically decide to run it back. Option B, they cannot replace Jakob Poeltl. And then honestly, just my top 3 guys I think the Raptors should take and realistically will be able to take at 13. A quick thing really quickly, the Raptors been involved in some trade rumors. Gary Trent Jr., who picked up his player option recently, has been throwing around some trade rumors. Is that a potential domino to fall on draft night? OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam are always involved in trade rumors. So I think if I'm the Raptors and I want to kickstart, I think you should kickstart a rebuild. I think you got to come down on your price a little bit for OG Anunoby. Like they've recently declined deals that involve 3 first-round picks for OG Anunoby. That's bad asset management, especially if OG doesn't hit like you think he will. If there's any deal for Pascal for like a top 5, top 6 pick, I'm doing it. So I think those are a couple of names to keep an eye out for on draft night when we talk about trades or whatever. So with that being said, let's dive in here with my number 5 prospect. It's going to be Jordan Hawkins, my guy throughout this draft process. Jordan Hawkins, a 6'5" combo guard / wing out of UConn, played a very pivotal role for the UConn Huskies national championship team. And he is just an elite shooter. And this is the option where I'm saying, okay, cool. We're going to run it back. I'm going to go get maybe our biggest need if the goal is to run it back. And that is more and more shooting. The Raptors really, really struggled as a team shooting last season. Just not consistent enough and really, packed the floor in offensively. The floor spacing wasn't good at all for this Raptors team. And Jordan Hawkins, one of the premier 3-point shooters, if not probably the second best 3-point shooter in this draft class, but for sure the best off-ball, just ball movement shooter where he can come off of staggers. I believe he shot over 42% from 3-point range on off-screen threes last season at UConn. They ran a very diverse and complicated motion offense with the UConn Huskies. So he's going to be an NBA-ready player, has some athleticism, has some burst. He tries defensively. I think that's all you can ask for a shooter. A guy that is going to knock down a bunch of threes and try on defense. That's the guy the Raptors with championship pedigree. This is the type of guy if the Raptors are going to run it back. This is the type of guy. Number 4, Dereck Lively II. If the Raptors are unable, or they believe they're unable to bring back Jakob Poeltl, especially if you want to go full rebuild, there's been reports that Jakob Poeltl doesn't want to play for a rebuilding team. Here's your replacement to Jakob Poeltl, who is almost right now nothing more than a lob threat. Nothing more than a lob threat offensively. Teams reportedly have started to get a little interested and intrigued by his shooting in individual workouts. That's TBD. I don't know how I feel about shooting in an empty gym in a workout. But what I can say about Dereck Lively is he is the second best rim protector in this draft, not named Victor Wembanyama. So honestly, the best rim protector in this draft because Victor is an alien. But I think this is a guy that can help set the tone defensively, and you build your defense around Dereck Lively II. I like this fit a lot for the Raptors, especially if you don't think you can get Jakob Poeltl to stay around long term. I know you just drafted Christian Coloco, but Dereck Lively's on the board at 13, and you don't think you could bring Jakob Poeltl back. I don't think you could justify passing up on a potential prospect like Dereck Lively II. Number 3, we're going to go Keyonte George. I'm a tad lower on him than some. I think the chaotic nature of his play, if you will, kind of turns me off a little bit. And then also the shot selection is super, super frustrating. And there's some playmaking inconsistencies. Now, in that same breath, he showed some playmaking upside at times, right? Just gotta be more focused on making the right read. The Raptors just need more guards that can create their own shot and just be an absolute freaking bucket, man. Like you're looking at a 3-level scorer that can get his bucket anywhere he wants to on the floor. He was the leading scorer for that Baylor Bears team last season with Coach Scott Drew. Not Scott Drew. It's Scott. What? Yeah, Scott Drew. The leading scorer for that Baylor team has a ton of great upside. If you can really hone in on the and get him to shoot better shots and clean up some of the mistakes in terms of his ability as a playmaker, this could be a steal of a pick when we look back on this in a couple of seasons. Number 2, I don't want to use the word safe, but this is a bit more of a safer pick compared to Keyonte George. He has a ton of upside still, and it's Kobe Bufkin. Kobe Bufkin is a jack of all trades kind of dude where I don't think he's elite right now at anything. He's just really, really good at a ton. And that includes defensively. I'm touching that first. He's 6'5" with a 6'6" and 3/4 wingspan, I believe, who is just a very instinctive defensive player who makes a ton of high IQ plays, a great competitor, and then offensively, like I said, a jack of all trades type of guy. You want him to be a pick and roll ball handler and playmaker, which we saw a ton of in the second half of the season for that Michigan offense. Kobe Bufkin could do that. You want Kobe Bufkin to be an off-ball spot-up shooter? Kobe Bufkin could do that. We even saw some glimpses of off-screen versatility from Kobe Bufkin and upside from Kobe Bufkin, which can even further build out his offensive profile at the NBA level. I like Kobe Bufkin a ton. He has some athleticism. The only thing offensively I don't think he does well is create in one-on-one true isolation situations. But I don't think he would get a ton of that anyway in the NBA. I just don't think that's who he is. So you put him into this Raptors new system, I think he will fit perfectly. But who could fit even more perfectly than Kobe Bufkin? Could be Cason Wallace, guard out of Kentucky. Look, man, I know when one of the first rules of scouting is you never scout the jersey, but I just think you cannot ignore the how good Kentucky guards are. Devin Booker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, John Wall. I'm somehow missing a ton of them. That's how many there are. Ty Washington more recently, and he had a great year actually in the G League. There's a ton more options and guys that Shaedon Sharpe. I'm just forgetting dudes. But Cason Wallace kind of fits the bill of a Kentucky guard who didn't play as well at Kentucky because of that system, but like he was born, or I guess like he learned how to be a pro, and I think he's gonna be ready for the NBA. I think you're looking at a guy in Cason Wallace who is an NBA ready player who defensively is going to make all the right plays, a nasty, smart, tenacious defender defensively, while offensively, the playmaking upside is there. The shot making can be a little bit better. Shot creation can improve. But I love Cason Wallace. I think it'll be a big culture fit for this Raptors team. And I like the fit a lot. Raptors Nation, comment down below. Who do you want the Raptors to select at pick 13? As always, subscribe right here to the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Ring that post notification bell for more. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.